Yay. Good morning, EICS 2019. It's so exciting to be here, and this year the team did a terrific work. Each of the speakers yesterday night made me realize how lucky we are to live in Italy. I mean, we are surrounded by beauty and opportunities. The first story I want to tell you about is about faith. I founded Uqido almost 10 years ago, almost. And in 10 years, our engineering team received a lot of project briefs and questions. In these years, I always received, I think that you can relate with me. I always received the same question. Is it possible to do this or that? And in 10 years, I've really never answered no to that question. Yes, it's possible to do that. But the question is, how bad you want it? Do you believe in your idea enough to build it? Or you are just looking around to find excuses to not build it? You can do anything. Innovation is your superpower, but you need to believe it. You know what? The 90% of the things in this world work like this. You need to see them to believe them. If you see a bird fly, you believe that's possible. If you see a whale holding the bird for 90 minutes, you believe it. But for the big things, the really important things, like ideas, like love, like innovation, it doesn't work like that. You only see them if you believe them. Let's have some examples. James Dyson, between 79 and 84, tested 5,127 prototypes with one single vision. The bag in the vacuum cleaner lose suction as the bag fill up. It's very simple. But vacuum cleaners manufacturers didn't want to invest in his patent because they didn't want to disrupt the 127 million bag market. In 91, 12 years after the start of his vision, James Dyson launched the Dyson company because he said, you know what, I will do it myself. And today, the company has $4.5 billion in revenues and disrupted the bag vacuum cleaners market. That's crazy. You only see innovation if you believe in it. Let's have another example, an Italian one. Ruggero Frezza in 2007 was a computer vision professor. Every year, he closed in his desk a lot of potentially patentable ideas and projects and studies from their students. So he left the university to found M31, a venture incubator in Padua to perform technology transfer for his students. One of his companies at the beginning was just a bunch of PhDs with beautiful minds. In the first years, they needed a lot of cash to grow, and he believed in them, year after year. 10 years later, the company became a global leader on its market and was sold for $65 million, one of the biggest acquisitions in their market in Italy. So let me say it one more time. You only see innovation if you believe in it. The second story I want to talk to you about is about urgency. When I was a kid, I was super fit as every teenager, you know. I started climbing, school was going well. I thought nothing could have stopped me. I had the agenda full of plans, school tests, parties, girls, testosterone was super high, you know. One day, coming back from school, I ate my pesto rosso pasta. You know pesto rosso? Yeah. And then went to the bathroom, and after a while, the toilet was full of blood. So as an emotional reaction, my legs started trembling, I started sweating, called my father, went to the hospitals, and doctors said they couldn't be sure about the diagnosis. Actually, they didn't know what to say. So I spent there the first night, rescheduling all my plans to the day after, because I didn't know what I had, and my life was going on outside the hospital. But then I have spent there the whole day without knowing nothing about my situation. So I spent there another day, and then another, and another, surrounded by old people, because, you know, when you are young, everybody is old. So I was surrounded by old people, And I was saying, this is not my place, what I'm doing here. Two very old men passed away during those nights. It was very, very sad. And nobody was sure about my situation. I've been released after 3 weeks, completely healthy as I am today. To this day, I ate pesto rosso. I never ate it anymore, but it had nothing to do with my illness. Since that day, I spent every day of my life with the feeling that everything you have can instantly end. We will get sick one day, and there won't be any single good reason that will keep us outside the hospital. Our life, as we know it, will be suspended. For this very reason, I feel this urgency of having an impact on the world. We must do something with our daily job. We need to organize events like this to tell people where we are going, what we're doing. Even if they are not perfect, we need to share these stories. We need to create something together. We need to push our work with our colleagues. We need to find a meaning in our company. We need to have an impact on our world with the little time we have left. We need to feel this urgency. Tim Cook last week told the world, whatever you do with your life, be a builder. Being a builder is about making peace with the fact that you won't be here for the end of the story. I think that we need to create things bigger than us. We need to create them with other people. I don't want to quote only American guys, because we are full of great Italian examples. Our huge Benetton once said, I wish you will never rest easy. I believe that we all need to feel this urgency and create meaningful things together. The third story is about finding your mantra and sticking with it. When you start your project, I'm not talking about only a startup. I'm talking about any internal project you are working on. When you start that, everybody gives you advices. And you read a lot of statistics on the web. For example, you read that 30% of the new businesses fails in the first 2 years. And then you discover yourself getting through those years. And then 50%, 1 on 2 businesses fails the first 5 years. And then you discover yourself getting through those years. And 67% of the businesses fails in the first 10 years. And we did get through that. But we asked ourselves why. I mean, why we succeeded growing and staying alive for almost 10 years? That's a good question. I mean, we are still trying to understand that. But I can tell you what I believe right now. First of all, I think that the most important thing is that we have to be kind. I mean, in your professional life, we will meet a lot of people, employees, coworkers, shareholders, providers, clients, and they are all different humans. But we start understanding that the ones who really handle their jobs and their roles and their positions correctly, they are kind. They have no need to be hassles. If we live inside our dream, our passion, and we see the path of our careers, it's easy to be kind. That will be the first step to keep surrounding ourselves with the right people, the positive ones. If we are kind, we will attract kind people that are running away from the assholes, and your project will still alive. The second reason is maybe harder to get, or maybe not, because being kind is very hard sometimes. We need to do good. There are a lot of examples out there. You buy from Amazon because they are beautiful. I mean, you buy from Amazon because they are a beautiful brand and they have a charismatic CEO. Look at this. I mean, this landing page is painful, full of call to action and buttons, and you don't know what to do. You buy from Amazon because they are the best in what they do. But let's have an Italian example. Do you know this brakes brand? Put your hands up. Who knows this? Everybody. But you know this brand because you are in the brakes market? I'm speaking with an audience that works with brakes. No, nobody. You know them because they are the best brakes on the market, and they are only on the best sport cars around. This is from a Tesla, by the way, this photo. For sure, the brand has a value. But if they weren't good enough, they never would have been on the best cars of the world. So the only way you have to be 100% sure that your project will have an impact on the world is doing good. So we said, be kind, do good, and the third reason we are still here, I think it's because we have fun, a lot of fun. I'll tell you why for us it's so important to have fun. This is the last story. Everybody tells you, be careful, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Do you know what? It's not a marathon. It's not even a competition. It's not a game. You know, because in games, you have precise rules, you have a finite time, you have known competitors, you have a number of sets of the match to play. I mean, in soccer, after 2 sets, nobody comes out saying, wait, let's play 3 another games. I mean, I can win, I'm sure. No, you can't. There are the rules, okay? And they tell you how long has to last the game. It doesn't work like that. In business, instead, you have unknown competitors, rules are changeable, and you can add as many sets as you want. In games, you play to win. In business, you play to stay in the game, because you don't know what winning means. I mean, you win by having more employees, you win by having more square meters, you win by having more revenues this quarter, or the next one, or maybe the next year. How can you say we are the number one? So given the fact that's a journey and not a competition, we must enjoy it. We must spend time learning new technologies, like photogrammetry. We must spend time feeding the body with some corporate yoga every week. We must be doing some climbing together. We must spend time having parties together, like we had last night. Basically, it's very important we have fun. So our mantra is, be kind, do good, have fun. We are still listening to the world, to our clients, to market. We are still learning a lot. So it's a never-ending process of learning and discovering. But to this day, I can assure you that this will help you a lot with your life project. Be kind, do good, have fun. Thank you. Enjoy the conference.